Well, if you could ask anybody to just, things to think about, what do you think you would want people to just be aware of, as they're, like playing on a team with you, trying to create a welcoming culture for people? I mean, what would you want people to know or try to do?
Ask questions. Don't assume. Don't ever assume. And I'm not a hard person to, well, I may look, because I have the worst RBF in the world. I'll walk in and people are like, until I smile and they're like, oh, okay, she's okay. I do. I have the worst RBF in the world. Yeah, ask questions. Don't be afraid to approach me. Don't be afraid to, don't assume anything. Please don't. That's the worst. That's the worst. Where'd you get that shit from? Is what I'm gonna say. I was like, where did that come from? Who says that? Like, don't assume anything. Or even if you heard something you don't know, just be like, look, Addie, I heard this. Is this true? No. Or whatever. You want me to expand on something, it's fine. Or on the flip side, if you really are that racist, that hardcore about it, don't really want to know, you think that I should not be there, do yourself a favor and take yourself somewhere else. There's no need for it. If I don't like everybody I meet,
You don't
whatever.
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't have to. Mm-hmm. But don't make it so blatantly obvious that I'm not your cup of tea and then expect, it's just not necessary.
Yeah.
Like, you don't give a friend, you ain't got to like me. It's cool. You know what I mean? Don't make it so obvious. You still got to see my ass. Sorry. It's what it is.
Yeah. I love this. No, I'm definitely a fan of yours. So I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. That's cool.
But I think again the big point for me is I want people to be aware that there are issues again with this thing that I have loved so much for so long, and that obviously other people do too. And that it could be so much better. It really could be. And it's so crazy because I think about how many people leave out of just like, this is it, I can't do it anymore. And
because you're comfortable. And then there's 123 people versus 7. That's a lot.
That's
it is crazy. And then honestly, what a lot of people are going to say, well, why don't they just come? How?
Yeah.
When you don't know what's going on. I can put the word out there and everyone that I talk to think it's so cool. But do you think once they show up and they see that there's only 7 people representing, that they're going to be like, no, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is kind of, and we need to do a better job as a people too, to try to like put that awareness out there. And that's the reason why I agreed to do this with you. Because I was like, you know what? We need to not do this. We need to not represent anymore. It's time for us to speak up and say, hey, we're not comfortable. And this is the reason why.
Yeah.
Be aware about what you say and do around us, because it's not clicking with us. It's not okay. Sometimes the little passive aggressive things that you do make us feel some type of way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's a great reminder. Just check yourself, before you open your mouth. Think about the things you say and you do.
Your actions.
Yeah. I think I apologized to Tracy for like 5 things that I was like, I wasn't thinking when I said or did this thing. And
but that's the difference. You're okay with recognizing it and doing something better about it. That's our biggest issue. People are like, oh, fuck it. I did what I did. It is what it is. If she doesn't like it, that's not okay. Yeah. That is not okay. It's time for people to get aware and do something about it. Change.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what's going on now. Let's make some changes. It's not okay.